Hello, welcome to Japanese Craft Beer Reviews. Today we're going to take a trip to Belgium, one of my favorite countries for beer, and probably yours too if you're watching this. Country that makes all sorts of interesting styles of beers and has done so for hundreds of years. The beer in question today is, I'm going to review two. I'm going to review St-Feuillien Saison and St-Feuillien Belgian Coast IPA. But let me introduce St-Feuillien first a little bit. St-Feuillien is owned by the Friart family, and it has been owned by them for 100 years. And so they've been working on beer for quite a while. And it was owned for 1 decade by Dupont, but I guess the Friart family got control again in 1998. And they make Abbey-style beers. We can't call them Abbey beers because they're not, made in an Abbey. They're not made by monks, but Abbey-style. And so you'll find a nice triple or quadruple, a nice blonde or brune. Are their common beers. But more recently, they've made some newer beers, including this one, a flavored saison, and the Belgian Coast IPA. So I had to look up the pronunciation once and people on YouTube there was a funny YouTube channel showing people trying to pronounce it. If you see the name here, it's for non-French speakers it might be a bit tricky, but as best I can tell it's pronounced St-Feuillien. And yeah, okay, so one beer that I've never had from them is their Cuvée de Noël, a Christmas beer, and I would really like to get that. Apparently that's like 10% of their production, but I guess it gets snapped up pretty quickly. So two beers from St-Feuillien, and we'll look at the Saison, and then in the next video I'll look at the Belgian Coast IPA. And here we have a beer from St-Feuillien, and it is this one. It's called St-Feuillien Belgian Coast IPA, of course playing on the idea of West Coast IPA. Belgian Coast IPA. Why this? Well, it was made before in 2016 in collaboration with a small but very good brewery in California called Green Flash. And at that time it was, I think, 4%, I'm not sure, but this one is 5.5% alcohol by volume and 70 international bittering units. So basically we can call this kind of a Belgian IPA or a hybrid of an American IPA and a Belgian one, a Belgian ale. And so it should have a little bit more lightness and balance perhaps than many American IPAs, I think. What's unusual about this is they use 6 different types of hops from 6 different countries, or if you look at the Untapped says 7, but perhaps they're referring to an earlier edition of it, I'm not sure. The hops are Aramis from France, Citra from the US, one called Celia from Slovenia, Cascade from Belgium, and Challenger from Belgium, and Mandarina Bavaria from Germany. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's 5 countries. Sorry, not 6. The shopping page also says Styrian Golding, so perhaps that is the 7th one in there, and I assume that is from the UK. I'm not sure, but in any event, this one costs 440 yen where I bought it, which is exactly $3, and in euros, €3.61. So not an expensive one at all. So I know I've had this before, but I don't think I've never reviewed it. So we're going to do that right now. Oh my, okay. Oh boy, whoa, it's taking off on me. Okay. Well, the drink by date is not until next year, April, and we are in June right now, so whoa. Okay. Well, it is sort of looking like a a big, strong golden Belgian golden ale with this big head, but this kind of orange amber color and carbonation. Can't really see it so well. There must be a bunch of carbonation, but it's not quite evident here. But look at that head, my goodness. If you've ever had Duvel, which is a kind of classic example of a Belgian strong blonde ale, it's kind of something like this here. So this is kind of ice cream coney. Okay, aroma. Okay, it does have definitely a Belgian note. It is kind of reminiscent of Duvel. Definitely a Belgian yeast for sure. The ingredients are simply malt and hops and ascorbic acid as a preservative. That's all. So pretty basic. But the 6 different types of hops, that's unusual. From 5 different countries. Okay. Okay, so it does have a rather deep kind of fruitiness. A bit pungent. Very much kind of overripe sort of fruitiness. And a bit floral on top of that too. Kind of like a fresh plum or something like that. Okay. Or an overripe plum. All right, well, let's give it a go. Please, cheers. À votre santé. Well, this is unusual. Starts out with a hit of malt. It gets to a kind of chalky, peach pitty sort of bitterness in mid-palate. Kind of fades away. There are some tracks, but basically the flavor kind of disappears pretty quickly. Light bit of almost sourness to it. I wonder if this was not kept in good condition or what. Either they intended something that I don't really appreciate, or it was not kept in good condition, or they don't use the best ingredients, and I don't think it's the last one. Yeah. So I would never identify this as an IPA. Kyoto Brewing Company in Kyoto makes, or at least they used to make more of Belgian American kind of hybrids, and this is nothing like that at all. Kyoto Brewing Company beers were so fresh and infused with American hops and Belgian yeast and really nice hybrid beers, but this doesn't quite make it. Kind of a disappointment. Very drinkable, but not the most pleasant of IPAs, that's for sure. And certainly not the most pleasant of Belgian IPAs. Well, okay, in any case, you can find this at Yamaya stores. You might want to go get it, give it a try. Tell me what you think about it. I really do like these hybrid Belgian US style hybrids. They really have a nice freshness to them, but this one does not, unfortunately. But go ahead and try it out and see what you think, and tell me what you think. If you want, leave me a comment and tell me what you think of St-Feuillien Belgian Coast IPA. Cheers and stay healthy. Hope you are doing well. Drink good beer. Bye-bye.